Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Order Terra Firmacraft. Let's start with an update on the basement floor, which is actually finished. Finally. So I went back to the iron ore vein actually with hammer, chisel and pickaxe, converted some of the stone and mined it just by mining down, so there was no risk of cave-ins. We had such a huge space and yeah, brought it over here and placed it again. Okay, whole basement floor finished. Lots of space for smaller machines, but I also add a bit of decoration. I had 3 whiskey barrels left over. This can be turned into vinegar, which can be used to make cheese. Apart from that, alcohol doesn't really have a use, but it's just nice to have some whiskey in the basement. Okay, then I'd say let's actually head over to the tunnel bore and see what went wrong. Maybe there's something that would hint at what caused it to fail. So I ran around the tunnel bore a couple times to see if there's maybe an obvious flaw, that maybe some blocks are missing, something is broken. Haven't really noticed anything except that the deployers were out of redstone blocks and pistons at the top. That's about it. So I'm not entirely sure why it was stopped. There was a cave-in at the time it stopped. Probably some rails got replaced or pistons here in the back. There were a ton of redstone blocks in the end that weren't mine for some reason. But I have no idea what actually happened there. Why those drills didn't remove them, I have no idea. But for next time, I would probably just prevent any cave-ins. Seems like that's the biggest issue right now. I think the next time I'm gonna make a tunnel bore, I was thinking about just having some deployers right after the drills, facing in all directions, basically placing blocks. We have to supply those, but basically have upwards places and so on sideways. That should also keep some liquids out. And if there's water sources where the tunnel bore is going, I was thinking about actually just placing full wall of blocks that we mine again in the end. That should replace all the liquids because the tunnel bore as a contraption in entity form doesn't really replace any water sources. So that would be my plan for next time. I'm gonna make a tunnel bore, which will definitely happen at some point. But right now there's a couple other projects I wanna work on. It's already late October again, time to harvest the crops. So I'm gonna harvest the wheat, oat, and the jute there. Of course, I need some grains for making bread and feeding the animals. Also, the vessel that lasts like 2 years, I was actually running a little bit low. If there's some wheat left over, I can always make more whiskey. That's also kind of nice. Then, of course, with the jute, I can make more sails. I think I'm actually not gonna use the wool anymore I get from the alpacas, because out of that I can make wool blocks. That's the only way really to get wool blocks. So right now, of course, I would want to make a full-size windmill again, or 2. I can use the jute for that. That would be the plan, just to make burlap cloth and make the sails out of that. Technically, string would also work. So a spider farm would also provide me with enough string for basically an infinite amount of sails in the end. So that's why I'm gonna save the wool. That's really hard to get compared to the other 2. Okay, then we also ran a couple experiments. So first of all, rice definitely needs to be grown in water. So here we got a mature plant. The other just planted on the field didn't grow at all. Okay, so now we know this. Yeah, next time we need to provide a couple more water sources somewhere or just plant it in a river somewhere. And here we ran experiments. The barley, 3 out of 6 plants actually survived the summer. Almost mature. Then I planted the rest of the barley again. Where is it? Here. Maybe it just grows over winter. It's maybe warm enough here. And also planted a garlic. The garlic also likes the cold, like the barley. Yeah, hopefully both those plants will grow over the winter, and then we can get more saplings if we decay it. Should decay in summer now. Then I'm just waiting for the rye to decay. There's actually also, we've looked at it in the beginning. There is this fertilizer that is, compost that is poisonous for crops, rotten compost. So I guess this actually changed. You make it out of soot and normal compost, and then we could maybe apply it, and then you could cause the plant to die immediately, so we can get more saplings. But it's kind of expensive to make that compost, unfortunately. And yeah, I got some composters. I would also need to wait. It usually takes at least a month to get it, but we're definitely gonna try that out. Let's make a bit of compost real quick. So we went to the ocean, got some kelp, put in the green items already. Now we just need some brown items. So I did already harvest the arundo I had around, but it wasn't a lot. Probably need way much more of that stuff. Or we actually use different types of items. So you can also use jute to get brown items. It's kind of expensive. You see 2 brown items each, so 8 jute. For 1 fertilizer is actually crazy expensive. But I got a ton of this stuff anyway that I need to process soon. So there's a way to make compost. According to the book, melons, pumpkins would also give you actually 4 brown items. So maybe that would be the better way compared to Arundo, but grows slower. Still not sure what's actually the best way to make compost. Probably it's actually a modded recipe. So you can also, apparently, once we have a tree farm, it's gonna be super easy to get saplings. Take compost, take 4 saplings, and have a 50% chance to get more compost out of it. Yeah, that would be super easy, I guess. We'll have to see. But I feel like it would be way more fun to use the actual composters for it. Anyway, so we can also put in a bone according to the book. That's something else I want to try again. So some items will poison your compost. These include meat and bones. Poison compost when used in a crop instantly kills it. So here it says the composter is smelly and might attract animals. You should empty it. Is this already it? I think shift right click. I think I just got my bone back and yeah. This might just take some time as well. Okay, so if it attracts animals, I would assume it's the rats again. Those are kind of annoying. I'm just gonna make the compost a couple blocks over. Yeah, let's maybe make it over here. Is it enough if I put 1 bone in? No. What is? No, wait, it just poisoned it. Oh, maybe we actually need to fill it entirely as well. Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice a bit more of the jute. Just wanna try it out. Okay, if I add the bone now. It just poisoned it. I'm just gonna keep it. We're gonna check on this in a month or so. Alright, so while we're here, we could actually also check on the fruit trees. So I planted apple and green apple trees over there. Also a lemon tree again. That was spliced, so we get 2 branches. I guess that's how it works. So here as well. This had this was spliced once. So we get 2 branches now. Here this was basically 4 saplings, so spliced 3 times. And we got 4 branches. Okay, I'm pretty sure this can still grow. So we're definitely not gonna take it down immediately for more saplings. Here also 2 branches and there as well. Okay, I think I'm also gonna harvest the apples here. We can make some cider out of it already. I wonder how we could automate this even in the end. That seems quite tricky. I'm also gonna poison a composter with nothing inside. Let's see what that does. So out of the apples I can already make a bit of cider. Just need 20 apples for 10 buckets of cider. And I totally forgot about a cooking mechanic. You can also make a salad. Completely forgot about that, because the JEI doesn't tell you about it. That's why I completely forgot about it. You can maybe use the rest of those green apples. You gotta just shift right click with the bowl to make a fruit salad. Let's see. This gives us fruit 3.8. Actually pretty good. Time to take care of the animals. I do have a ton of eggs now, which we can mostly use for pumpkin pie, but there's also a problem right now. Yeah, so the problem pretty much is that all of our chickens are at wear and tear 96, 97, so almost at 100%. Gotta replace them, basically. So I already have 5 fertilized eggs. They will hatch in 2 days. Hopefully we get at least 1 female chicken. And yeah, those guys here should also lay eggs, again, that are fertilized. I made sure that I fed all of the female chickens, that's enough. You don't even need to feed the male ones. Are we looking even with the male ones? Oh yeah, that's actually the OG rooster. He's almost at 100% as well. The others 15, 30, and 5%. Okay, so hopefully we will get 8 more fertilized eggs. And then, yeah, we gotta get those chickens to 100% familiarity as well. Okay, it's looking good. I got a couple more eggs that will hatch in 8 days. think I'm just gonna feed the chickens again. This one is still fertilized. This one here. There we go. Just to make sure we have enough baby chickens. Okay. Alright, so I will take care of those chickens here on the side. Later I also want to automate this a little bit, but for now just want to really make sure do it manually so we have enough chickens again. But my project for this is actually to make a cow barn, an actual cow barn, to improve the situation for those cows here a little bit. It's a bit sad, they're all just tied to a fence. It kind of worked for me to get milk here and there for the sweet rolls, but let's make something nice. So my plan would have been to have a big cow, where we have an area where where a cow gets milked daily. Then we have a big crate with fluid tank that's all pumped into. So we're gonna use a deployer to do that, and a second area where we have the baby cows. So I think every time pretty much if you milk a cow, the wear and tear goes up by 1%. So pretty much after a year of daily milking, this should be pretty much useless, but it takes 2 years for a baby cow to grow up. So this is actually quite some effort, and right now basically only have 2 adult cows, and the baby cows will take another year to grow up. It's gonna take forever to get started with this. Should have actually done way more of the cows before, but it's always so much to do. So I was thinking I should just head out and try to get maybe 2 to 4, something in that range, a couple more female cows that we all get pregnant. And yeah, so we just have a good stock of animals around. Ideally, I want like 5 cows that are getting milked daily. There's a lot of milk, but I mean, it would be kind of sad if you have a big cow stable and then we have like 1 cow that can be milked at a time. So having maybe 20 to 30 cows should be still fine with the lag as well. Definitely gotta be careful to not have like hundreds of animals around. So like 20 to 30 cows should be fine. Okay. Yeah, finally can head out a bit. Go explore. I think there were cows like 2,000, 3,000 blocks in that direction. Try to get some of those. And as usual, if you really want to find something, you just don't get it. It's the 4th bull I came across. Ah, there we got a cow. Okay, it's actually not that bad. Probably like 2,000 blocks away from home. Okay. I think I'm just gonna make a fence here, tie it to that, and try to find a second one. I'm not getting lucky at all. Here's bull number 6, and I think over there we got bull number 7. And those again. Oh, what do we have here? Cow, okay. I guess 2 is enough. It's gonna be like 800 blocks to get this cow to the other, and then probably like another 500 blocks to the ocean. So I would just actually tie them at a beach so I can collect them with boats later. Because transporting to the leads just takes forever. They always get lost. So it's probably less effort just to get them to a beach somewhere. Or a river. That would also work actually. Just look at the map. Yeah, if you just take this river. Here's a cow, was right around there. So maybe try that. Let's bring it here and then get a boat. And of course now I find them all. So just 80 meters away where I tied the other cow, there's one more. Okay, I guess we get 3. Okay, I'm back home. So the reason why I didn't make a boat right there and boated the cow back is that I would need to get a boat the other way just to get my horse again. So nothing would have been safe this way, and I just feel better if the horse is already back. Okay, I killed a couple more animals on the way just to get more hides for more toolboxes. And meat is also definitely back on the menu. Already cooked some. Now I can actually also try to make a salad with the meat. Something I was interested in. See what can be put in there. So bread, probably not. Yeah, can't make a bread salad. But horse meat, for example. Maybe a couple apples. Soybean, well, we already got protein. Maybe potato, then we actually have grain in there as well. And more meat, I guess. Okay, does this make a salad? Yeah. Ooh, protein 5.6, grain, fruit, vegetables. Okay, that's actually also an option. Wait a minute. If you can also put cheese in this, and why wouldn't you be able to put cheese in a salad? I would actually get all 5 nutrient groups. Maybe we can make the perfect food. I don't have any cheese right now because I was always using the milk for the sweet rolls, but I already put some vinegar into the milk, so in 3 or 4 days, we'll definitely try that. I still have some apples, right? Yeah, 7 apples left. Can at least try it a bit. Let's quickly check on the chicks again. So some of them are at familiarity 66 or 60, and I still got 1 month and 4 days left. So if I feed them 7 more times, I should be able to get into 100. So if I miss every second day, I still can make it. Hopefully this time it actually works. So the highest I had so far, I think it was like 84 around that. This time we're gonna get to 100. Okay, time to head out and get those cows. Unfortunately, as far as I know, there is not really an upgrade to the vanilla boat in the game at all. So no motor boats, nothing that is really faster. Also no create mod boats, although that would be kind of cool. I haven't done it yet in survival, but yesterday I actually started using the create mod trains for the first time. Those look really interesting. There you can also put seeds on it and transport multiple animals with it. Those are so cool. I was actually considering today, instead of going out of the boat exploring, to build some sort of a train track to get us closer south. And then put the cows in there, but then we would have done nothing but getting into trains this episode, and that's not really what I have planned. So I'm just gonna boat out 3 times. Should maybe take 10-15 minutes each, get the cows and head back. So only 900 meters away from the temp point, and there's like 500 meters on the river. Okay, cow number 1 should be somewhere here. I actually dug a hole. Yep, there it is. Because I wanted to use the lead to bring the horse home. Just want to throw this guy in the river. Can do this. Fighting it. Don't go in the cave. Should really have brought a lead as well. Forgot about it. Okay, that's like half the battle. Come on. There we go. First cow. This is actually definitely one of my favorite things in Terra Firma Craft. Going with the river current, going faster than usual, 8 meters per second. This is so nice. Especially if there's like a bit of a ravine. Yeah, this is actually so nice, the rivers in this game. Oh, we already have cheese? Okay, let's try this out. So, can you put cheese in a salad? No. What the hell? I mean, there's like Greek salad with feta cheese. There's tons of salads that have cheese. They literally just don't want you to have some sort of food that gives you all 5 nutrient groups for no reason. I mean, that's just not okay. Can you put sweet rolls in there? No. Maybe pumpkin pie would work, but then we still don't get dairy. Yeah. Too bad. Then I'm just gonna make a plain salad without any cheese. As intended. And now the other 2 cows. I wish it would actually be possible somehow to use a lead and tie 2 boats together, but that doesn't work, of course. Maybe we could actually drag a cow behind the boat. I'm gonna at least try that. First, the other cow is a couple of meters over there. Just gonna get this in a boat, then we'll try to get the second cow behind. Maybe it will work. I don't think I've ever done this. Okay, this guy's in. Oh! I think there's... yeah. Okay, there's no stream. Let's park him right there and get the second cow. Okay, come here, buddy. Let's get you in the river. Yeah, it kinda works. Okay. So if I get in the boat now, can we just drag this other cow? And it should work, just a matter of how fast we can drag it. Can we drag it this fast? It actually works! Oh my god, that's amazing. Just gotta be careful around the corners there, so it doesn't get stuck. But once we're out in the ocean, it's gonna be easy. I even found another 3rd cow while I was going with the boat on the river. I made another marker, it's like cow 3. Should be a couple blocks ahead. Oh, this marker here. I got another lead. We could actually try it. Yeah, still in the back. Oh, that's funny. Okay, luckily I still got a fence on me. Let's tie this guy. And the other one, yeah, is here. Okay. Okay, got 2 leads. Let's try it. No, spy spot in the boat. Okay, let's see. Probably best to have it in F5 mode like this, because then I always see the 2 leads in the back. It does work. Look at this. There's 2 leads. They gotta be still attached, right? Yeah. I had no idea this works. That's how little early game survival I play normally with vanilla, but it's definitely a nice change. Okay, I'm just gonna tie those girls here separately from the others, so I know which ones to feed. The others are already maxed out. So many chickens now. Okay, I already fed all of them. You can also see what happens to the chickens if they're old. So it says old, cannot reproduce or provide useful products, and they get a gray fur. I think our OG rooster, he's also gray. Yes. I am kinda thinking about actually keeping him. It was so nice getting him back home as a baby rooster. Should give him a special place somewhere. Okay, time to build the actual cow barn. It's definitely going to be a larger build, probably something like 15 by 35 or 20 by 40. So we need a larger area, and we actually placed a tunnel bore here. This area seems pretty good. I'm gonna flatten it out similar to what I did to the bamboo farm in the beginning. So if I have everything at the same height as here the aqueduct, I think then we should have a lot of available space. So dig away 2 layers of dirt here again. I can even turn this into clay again. I think that would be good. Also gonna take down the tunnel bore. If I would do this again, I would do it a bit differently. So no point having it around anymore. It's probably also a good idea to remove all of the glue in the end. It's kind of fun. I kinda got tired of digging with the shovel, because here we got just a large area, and I thought this is actually so easy to set up. Why not try it and check it out? Okay, just use the hand crank and do that instead. Like, even for the small things, because everything takes forever to mine in Terra Firma Craft. No insta mining. Just using machinery is worth it. I like it. On the other hand, why even bother with the hand crank if all you need really is 8 sails, a windmill bearing, and then a rotation speed controller and a large cogwheel. Okay. Wrong direction, I guess. Let's try this. There we go. So nice. Guess I gotta place piston extensions. Okay, that's neat. That should be enough. Although I actually need a floor as well. Maybe we should start small and just expanding it, because I'm not entirely sure how to do this yet. Quick update from the chickens. So I managed to get 5 of them to familiarity 100. What I've seen from the other animals is actually a huge advantage. So both the wolves and the alpacas, when they were at familiarity 100, their babies had 90 familiarity to start with. Then you only need to feed them twice, and they're also at max. So it's really good that we managed to do that. I'm really burning through the grain right now. So I actually tied 5 of them to fences. So in case I feed them, I won't accidentally click on the ones that I don't need to feed anymore. Yeah. I think I'll actually also harvest all the rye this year, because I just needed to feed all of the chickens. I think I'm gonna try something. I think rye also kinda likes the cold, so maybe we can already plant it again. And I'm gonna try to, this time, also use fertilizer. So in one of the recent Terraformacraft updates, apparently they fixed it. If you actually get a fully fertilized farmland, you can actually get 5 times the yield out of it. So I'm just gonna use the crusher real quick and make some bone meal. I already looked up, so bone meal gives us phosphor. That's exactly what the grains except barley need. So I'm just gonna get a couple of those farmland blocks to full 100% phosphor, and then we should hopefully get 5 times the yield. Since we still have a limited amount of seeds, this should actually be quite good. Actually didn't get too much rye, but this should keep the chickens fed for like 5 days at least. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. So maybe do as much as we can here. The whole row, I mean, I don't even know what else to do with the bone meal. It's not like we could just use it on grass blocks. I think it's really just fertilizer. Alright, good progress on the cow barn. I got a basic layout now. So here we're gonna have stables where up to 5 cows are milked by deployers. And then we need a bit of setup here in the back to get the milk out of the bucket. And here in the back we have an area for some adult cows. They can breed the baby cows, and I'm just gonna put the baby cows into the stable here. Okay, I was just thinking, up to 5 cows. What if I really need a lot of milk at once? I should probably actually add the possibility to get up to, I don't know, 8 cows maybe? So I'm just gonna expand this by 6 blocks and add a couple more stables there. Okay, let's set up the milking system. So we're gonna need a deployer that has 1 wooden bucket. It's actually important, it's only 1. Because if he has more, then he can't milk actually. Okay, then in the back you probably need a funnel, a filter. It's set up so that only takes out the milk buckets. Okay. Yeah, definitely need the filter. Already brought some. And respect data. Okay, let's give it the filter. Then 1 bucket back to the deployer. Okay, then need a couple shafts. And the milk bucket is transported to a item drain. Oh, that actually broke the filter. Let's put it down again. There we go. I'm always using those brass funnels now. Sometimes the igneous funnel would be okay, but it's basically the same price. So I'm always using the more advanced ones. Okay, then here the bucket is put into the item drain. Then we get this 1 bucket of milk out. I'm just gonna add a mechanical pump. Then we run pipes towards a big tank that we have here. I think this should still be fine. 16 blocks it always says. This should just be in range. I actually made 32 fluid tanks. Should have maybe actually made more. Okay. The plan would be a huge milk tank there. I think each tank can hold something like 8 buckets. Oh. So we're now at 200 buckets. Not sure. feel like I actually want more than that. But for now it's okay. We also need to get the bucket back from the item drain. I don't think just reversing the direction of the belt would actually work because we have the filter set up. So as far as I know, it would only accept a milk bucket now. But of course we need to put the empty bucket back to the deployer. So I don't think there's actually a way around of just having a second funnel and putting the item back this way. Okay, I tried this once, but it didn't work to somehow put the items into the inventory above. So I guess the best thing is just to have one here on the side. This could also be quite helpful if you actually run it up a little bit higher so those shafts don't get in the way. Because here you're gonna have the next deployer and the next set of shafts. They all has to spin clockwise. And I was thinking if you just go up higher here a little bit and then just use some chutes to pick up the items, this should also work. We have a plank here, yes. Temporary block real quick. There's a shaft here, I guess. Then we can connect it with the belt. Okay. Here we also need a filter again, so it only takes out the empty bucket. Oops. Spec data. Accidentally scrolled there. Okay, then this should, in case everything is hooked up, just cycle the bucket between the deployer and the drain here. I'm gonna copy this setup for the other 7 deployers as well. And I'm gonna expand the tank downwards actually, because on top I want the roof and the tank sticking out the top would look a bit odd. But I also want it to hold like 500, 600 buckets worth of milk. So I guess going downwards it is. I don't think you can actually make it larger than a 3x3 footprint. 4x4, don't think it's possible. Alright, there we go. Just need to make the spin now. And here we got the 504,000 millibucket fluid tank. Those are, by the way, not cheap. I made a couple more, almost spent 400 copper ingots on this. But this should be able to hold as much milk as 5 cows can produce in a lifetime. And that would be enough to make something like 4,000 sweet rolls. It would also last a while. I was briefly considering making another windmill just for the cow barn. But then I decided just to dig a trench here and hook it up basically to the main system. Okay, so for now I think I'm just gonna have this one wide trench. Maybe a proper tunnel later, but just hooking it up here to the speed controller should be enough. I also feel like since the deployer needs to do exactly 1 task a day, I can actually slow this down to like 4, even 2 RPM. There's no point having this fast at all. Mostly also thinking in terms of lag, what would be best? I guess best would actually be to have some sort of a daylight sensor and only turn it on once a day, a short amount of time. Can I make a daylight sensor even? Usually it requires quartz. There's a recipe. Replace it with redstone dust. I'll look into that. Maybe I can actually change the system, but I just want to finish it now. Yeah, for now, just slowly turning should be enough. Okay, that's looking good. Let's bring a cow over. Okay, here they are. I'm gonna use those 2 cows I had for the longest. Right, just get one of them for now. There we go, and the other one can go in there. Should probably be a better setup for this. But it's not like we have to do this often. Okay. And there we go, we already got some milk. Yep, there's the bucket. Okay. And hopefully the pumps are set up correctly. Yes. And they're also not too far away from the tank. It's gonna take a while because I'm running it so slow. But it also doesn't take a lot of stress units. It's the other good thing about it. So the deployer needs 16 stress units. Then the pump another 16 times 8. So we're at 256 in total for the whole system. That's quite okay. Here comes the milk. Such a long pipe, it definitely looks like more than it is. Yeah. Yay! Can we even see it at the bottom? No, there it is, okay. So shallow. But the goal would definitely to fill this up. 1 bucket of milk. Okay, that's the second bucket. Oh. Should immediately be put onto the conveyor belt. There it is. Okay, it works. Awesome. Alright guys, there was some good progress today. Next episode we're gonna finish the cow barn building, bring the rest of the cows over and work on a couple other small things. It will definitely take a while until we can fill this up entirely with cows, because you can only milk them 128 times. Would have been nice to actually have the yucks that we can milk, I think 240 times or something like that. It would be way better, but cows for now will do. Eventually, I mean, the nearest yuck that I've seen was 25,000 blocks away. We could maybe replace them, but cows are good enough for now. Okay, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.